Okay. This is crawfish etouffee, as I've had many of y'all tell me you wanted to learn how to make it. So, you get crawfish tail meat, found at Walmart, in the seafood section. And this is the stuff you get. That's what I get. You just cut open your bags, depending on how many people you're feeding, depends on how many bags you need. What? $10 o'clock? And yes, while I'm doing this little cooking video, my kids will be involved because they'll keep sticking their heads in.
Whether we want them to or not.
That's alright.
Mama?
Like I said, I'm doing like a reality cooking video.
Mama?
What?
For dinner, can I have a Dr. Pepper?
No, ma'am. Okay, go on. Let me cook. Alright.
Hey, Leah.
Got all your crawfish in the pan. And break it up a little bit. Then you're going to add some butter. I prefer parquet just because that's my taste.
Mama's trying to do this. She's recording.
Butter in there. You need to saute the crawfish down.
Leah.
And I know some people, they're not big on seafood, so that's your own deal. And for those who aren't big on crawfish, you can actually do this with shrimp instead. Do it a shrimp etouffee. Butter. Okay, so that's a good bit more butter. And then we gotta put the pan on. You know, I'm not one of those cooks that does an exact science with measuring and stuff. That just ain't me. I cook this how I was brought up. So while we got that going, we need to get the rice going. And fortunately, a friend of mine taught me a cheater way to make rice that makes things a lot easier. So I will use her tips in order to make my rice. Put your water in there, but you're going to cook your rice however you normally would. Whatever floats your boat. Everybody does theirs different. This is just how I do mine. That going so it can get heated up. Now, we'll put seasonings, whichever ones you choose. Like a little Nature's, it's got a little everything in it. If you want spicy, I recommend Tony's. And get all that in there. And then, you gotta let all this cook down. I mean, granted, your crawfish tails are already cooked, they're already peeled and deveined and all that good stuff. So, all you gotta do, you know, get it in there, get it going, I'm gonna heat up a little more. And, yes, I know the pan looks rather crowded, but that's what you get when you got almost 3 pounds of crawfish tails in one pan. So we're gonna cook this down for, I don't know, however long it takes for me to cook it down. And then, one of the best things to make your gravy base for the etouffee is this little thing right here, instant gravy mix. It does wonders. It's better than the flour seasoning that it calls for in the normal recipe that I pulled off the internet, because that just didn't quite do the trick. Didn't give it the flavor and didn't stick in it the way it's supposed to. So, get this mixed in, get it going. And then, you know, if you want to do a veggie on the side, do a veggie on the side. I know we are. So, So while I'm getting that going, we'll do that. Got to have the veggies. We're doing cream style corn tonight. Okay. You got your crawfish going, got your water going for your rice. And it's cracked. Ow. We can get that in the pot. There really isn't much to it because it doesn't take but about 3 minutes to do the corn, so that will just sit in the pot and wait for a few. Okay. The crawfish will also make some sort of a gravy while it's cooking down, so that helps out. That's where you're going to throw in your gravy mix because it helps thicken it up and give it that flavor you want. And get it going good. That way, everything, all your seasonings covered everything. Sometimes it may not look it, so you might have to add a little bit more, which happens on a regular basis for me. We're actually some of those people that like a lot of flavor in our food. And roasted garlic and herb, grill mate seasoning are wonderful. Get that mixed in good. And then let that cook for a little bit. Get it all in there. Okay. I'll let the crawfish cook down for about the time it takes for my rice to get most of the way done. Now comes the magic ingredient that makes this so good. Sprinkle this in there. And mix it in. And yes, it's going to brown out make your gravy a little brown, but that's quite alright. The taste is sensational. Gotta make sure it's all mixed in there. Whoop! Crawfish jumping up pot.
Suicidal crawfish.
Suicidal crawfish. Can't be having that now. Get it mixed in. Take it up a little more. And remember, do it in little increments because you... Okay, sorry about the little video interruptus. My battery died. So, back to where we were. You want to add in a little bit at a time. Because like I said, you can add 2, you can't take out. It's all mixed in good and even. And then all you pretty much have to do, get your rice done, which it's almost there. And then, once it's completed, you will take and put a small bed of rice on your plate, pour the crawfish etouffee on top of it, and go to town. All there is to it. Any questions? Just ask.